Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another video. We have a new fusion coming in raid starting this Thursday. They always do them on Thursdays, it seems so. It's gonna be a fragment event, not a fusion. Fragment event coming in with a high elves legendary defensive based champion starting August 31st. Yeah, I'm not gonna read their summary. Let's have a look at his skills and everything. His name is boom. Let's see. Strategos Iceland. Strategos Iceland. It's a Greek word. I don't know why they didn't just call him General Iceland. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. I hate that I'll have to read that word in English pronunciation instead of the Greek one. But anyway, let's continue. Double slashes his A1 attacks on enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing a provoke. Debuff for 1 turn when counterattacking, the chance increases to 50%. It's alright, provoke champ. Cool. Hindrance is his A2 attacks all enemies before attacking, has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Alright, that's okay. Has a 75% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. That is a good one, like a defensive based champion that can decrease the buff duration. It's not a bad thing. Still not sure in his multipliers and stuff, but let's see. Flawless stratagem. What the hell? Places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns, and places a 60% increased defense buff. Also places a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns, then places a shield buff on this champion. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense. So he reminds me a lot of Ithos. Not Ithos. Wait. No, not Verges. He reminds me a lot of Verges, like it's his cousin or something. With the ally protection and the increased defense here, it reminds me a lot of him. For some reason, not sure why. Just because he has the increased defense as well as the ally protection. The counterattack buff is also there. I also think Verges has that. Pretty interesting kit so far. Nothing that amazing, but let's see the passive. Whenever this champion is attacked, heals themselves by 1% for each 500 defense this champion has. So if you build him with 5,000, he'll be healing for 10%. That is gonna be so bugged. I'm 100% sure this will be bugged as hell. This will not work as intended, or it's going to be healing too much. It's going to be healing too low. One of the two, not the correct amount for sure. Heals all other allies under ally protection buffs placed by this champion by 30% of this skill's initial heal. Why does it say initial heal? But it's still good. It means he'll be healing everybody, and then increases ally accuracy in all battles by 60. So overall, I like him as a clan boss champion. Although we've reached a point where the clan boss champions we have, there's so many different block damage and unkillable teams going on. So many different champions that can enable that. That these kind of setups have fallen off, and especially following up after Emic, a block damage comp type of champion. You get this guy, Iceland, which is kind of weird that they added him, but it's going to be interesting on how difficult they make this fragment collection. Fragment collections are usually easier in the sense of the resources needed. The events and tournaments are still going to be difficult. You're still going to need shards to summon to get the points. There's no way around that. You're still going to need to do energy runs, well, all your energy on different dungeons and artifact enhancement and everything. You'll need to have your silver. Is basically the same thing over and over every month with these, but they kind of been pushing higher and higher in terms of the difficulty and how these get more and more difficult. So I don't know where I would use him more. I can see him being used a lot for Hydra as well as a target for the Head of Mischief. You use him there so that the Head of Mischief targets him. You build him up with high resistance. He'll be the ally protector to help your whole team. The decreased speed will be huge. The duration of enemy buffs will also be nice. The provoke can be used on the head of Decay, which is the one that can get provoked. It's a double hitting attack, so it's a good thing. You'll be able to apply it at a 35% chance. That's 50 with books. I can see his value being more for the Hydra. With how everything is going on right now, he's more so of a Hydra champion than a clan boss champion. Although ally protection was initially the big thing that helps you with clan boss. Now it's basically something that helps you push also for the Hydra. The ally protection will be nice to keep everybody alive. Increased defense will also be nice because that's going to be boosting your passive. So let's say you built him up with, you're going to build him up with high resistance, right? And high resistance, high accuracy, speed, and very high defense to help with the big heal. So the defense, you're going to be looking at least 4,000 defense. So 4,000 defense, and then times that with his increased defense buff that he applies, he'll be basically multiplying that by 1.6. So if he's 4,000 times 1.6, he'll be at almost 6,000 defense, right? A little bit higher than 6,000 defense. And he'll be healing everybody by 10%, basically, at least 10%. He'll heal himself by 10%, and then he'll heal everybody with the ally protection buff by 30% of that. So if he heals by 10% of his health, and that health is, let's say, 50,000, that's 5,000, and he heals everybody for 1,500. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Just consider ally protection is gonna make him, you know, take a lot of damage. So any healing is accepted, you know. So you can't go wrong with having some sort of extra healers in the team. But it's gonna be how we build basically Krisk for the Hydra. Okay, so Krisk is also in the same kind of build. Let me show you my Krisk. Okay, here's my Krisk. This will be a good example of how you will be building that guy. Not so much the refresh, because this guy is used for my cadaver team, but you're going to be running a little bit higher defense, a little bit lower health. I would imagine the speed will probably be the lowest of the team, because he'll be the one tanking the head of mischief. You don't want to be very fast with that. So whatever kind of speed you have on everybody, just a little bit lower on this guy, on Iceland, General Iceland, and then high resist, good amount of accuracy for the provoke if you care about that, if you don't have other provokers. And then the decreased speed is also going to be just a good kit. He's I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say he's Krisk. No, he's like a 50% of Krisk, 50% Krisk, because he's missing just the most crucial thing, which is the decreased defense and decreased attack. It's like insane on how strong this passive is. So provoke is just a place of a provoke, so it's already stronger on Krisk. But again, the increased defense, you have it. You have the provoke. You don't have the increased speed, and you don't get the continuous heal on this champion, but he does get that healing when ally protection is on. He heals his allies, plus he gets healed by whatever kind of defense he has. So it's almost like half of the skill where the continuous heal buffs and the increased duration. As I'm reading Krisk kit, it's getting less and less. The comparison is less and less. I started by 50% of a Krisk, and I'm going now maybe like 40% of a Krisk. You need another, you know, another champion to make a full Krisk. Oh my god, yeah, Krisk is so nuts. So yeah, comparing these two, obviously there's no comparison. Void champion, get the voids, and then this champion available to everybody. But still is gonna be worth it if you don't have a champion that can tank the head of mischief. You don't have a good provoker. This guy is gonna be it. You might even run him with a provoke set, because he's got an AoE attack. He's got the A1. So if you don't land the provoke, you can land it through your set. Or if you don't want to go accuracy, you've got other way to do the decreased speed, then you don't run him with accuracy at all. And yeah, just count on maybe a provoke set to do that instead. But you're gonna be missing out, honestly. His kit looks nice to focus on both you know, both resistance, accuracy, and then tankiness. Make him tanky. I doubt he'll be doing any damage, like having high multipliers, but I'll be happily, you know, corrected when the time comes, when we actually get to test him a little bit. But primarily going to be a Hydra champion. The aura also is going to help. You're going to put him in the leader slot, get that extra 60 accuracy. I don't see him being that useful anywhere else. Hydra, clan boss, general, you know, general control of heroes might be left for other champions to do that, but this guy will be more so for protecting your heroes with the ally protect. So if you still have issues with that, he'll help anywhere you have that kind of problem. Ally protect is always good to have in many situations, but decrease attack, decrease defense is sometimes even better, because you not only kill the enemies quicker, you also make them do less damage. So sometimes that's better than having protection, because some enemies in some situations in the PvE content on the game, they do so much damage that it doesn't matter that you have ally protect. So it's better to have a way to just completely decrease that damage that they deal, and then handle them differently by just killing them quicker than them getting multiple turns. So pretty solid champion. I'm just gonna wait for, honestly, the event calendar and actually looking at the events to really understand on whether he's gonna be worth it. But if Hydra is not something you care about, if you already have a clan boss team, this can be an easy skip, honestly. Now that I also think of that, it can be an easy skip. It really depends on how bad they go with the points this time around. With Emic, it kind of was reasonable because he was a void, block damage, plus cooldown reduction. But this guy doesn't look to be that kind of caliber of a hero. Definitely not bad in terms of usefulness for everybody, but definitely not the same as Emic. And Emic is bugged, by the way. So much stuff they need to consider. So much stuff they need to consider. Anyway, guys, this was the video for this guy, Iceland. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.